So it's not about the gym side of things, none of that.
Now, because some people overcomplicate it. So the issue with cutting and bulking, the culture is that a lot of people think they're pro bodybuilders. Yeah, pro bodybuilders are on copious amount of steroids, so they can put on muscle easily and lose fat easily.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. So they can bulk bears.
Yeah.
And then they can, like, to the point where they can become a balloon with
Yeah.
a bit of a gut, and they can lose all of that and become super lean in like 12 weeks.
Okay.
Someone else is a bit different, where if you let's say you just decide to just go and do it, right?
Yeah.
You would find it a lot harder than a pro bodybuilder in general, especially in a cutting phase. And when you're cutting, especially if you bulked up to the point where you got fat,
Yeah.
you're gonna realize that when you cut, especially if you've got a super hard cut, you're just gonna lose muscle mass.
Okay.
You understand? So the point is that, like, the way I always advise people to do it, or the way I've done it, is I've always just take my time with it. I'm always calm with it. Make sure that my proteins are, again, high, my fats are moderate to high. I like my fats and my carbs are a bit low. I don't stress too much about it. I always advise people, don't do the most. Your training remains the same. You only ever change your training if you're trying to change your training program in general. You don't change your program for cutting and bulking thing. It don't make no sense, because your muscle doesn't know what it's doing.
So you think it's a bit of a myth?
It's a big myth.
Oh, okay.
It's literally scientifically proven. The fact that training differently, cutting and bulking, makes no sense. Unless you're trying to go for powerlifting competition,
Yeah.
that's different. But if you're talking strictly bodybuilding, if your training is working the way it's always been working, keep it that way. That's that.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people try to complicate it, but in reality, it's just literally keep it this way, where you don't do the most with your training. Let's say I train full body 3 times a week, and that's been working for me for the whole time, and I'm now on the cut. I'm now not going to go 5 days a week for no reason. Do you understand? I'm going to stick to what I'm be doing, and then that's that. I've shown this pictures of me on my Twitter of me at my lean. I've been at my leanest around 3 years ago. I only went to gym 3 days a week. I went tennis maybe once a week because I was at uni, so I was in my uni team.
Yeah.
That was that. And I had to see that a lot of people would want. But I didn't change
anything
whatsoever. I literally kept it in a way. In fact, if anything, I did less. But not because I was cutting, but because of just what I was doing in general.
Yeah.
You understand? So, in reality, just never overcomplicate training.
Okay.
It's my biggest piece of advice. Never complicate training. Never overcomplicate dieting as well. Because people do the most.
Okay.
In reality, if your habits are calm, you're eating clean, go to the gym consistently.
Okay,
That's
cool.
it.
So people overcomplicate it.
By a country amount.
Okay.
By a country amount. Because it's always like, you got influencers. Someone's saying this, then someone's saying that, then someone's in the middle, then someone's below, then someone's above. You've got all these things to now think about and consider. You don't actually know what you're doing. You don't know what's best for you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, one guy, I've even been in a mistake of it myself. I've said that, training 6 days a week is not good for you. But in reality, some people recover faster than others.
Yeah.
You understand? It all depends on the person. I always advise someone who's a beginner or intermediate, go 3 to 4 times a week, get used to the mechanics of training and whatever, like how to do a squat, how to do a deadlift, blah blah. Get used to all that sort of stuff. And if you're someone who can recover quickly, you can have like split days and blah blah blah. But in reality, you don't need to be doing too much. It's just something that you have to understand, that your body is different to someone else's. One size doesn't fit all, and that you have to train a way that works for you. Obviously, with enough thought into the fact that scientific things back this up, not training absolutely crazily, not going to gym for like 3 hours for 6 days a week, that's stupid. Being smart with it, knowing that you're gonna make mistakes as you go into it, and then that's okay, because you will come out knowing a lot more.
Okay, cool.
So that's really that.
Okay.
So how many times a day do you train? Just once or
Once.
just once?
No more than that. No more than that.
You just train once a day.
I train once a day, and a lot of people, on theory, they're like, "Oh, your training plan is cool, but it doesn't look like it's hard." Every single person I've taken to the gym to do my training plan, they've died. They're like, "Oh, this is how you train, boy. Oh, this is how you do like 6 reps." I'm like, "Yeah, those are the 6 most uncomfortable reps you'll ever do."
Yeah.
Like, uncomfortable from the first rep, you're struggling.
Okay.
And I take you to do it 5 more times. Long.
I was gonna say, so when you train, do you train everything to fatigue?
Essentially everything, like mostly, so with my heavy compounds, always to failure.
Okay, cool.
For my isolation workouts, I'll do it near to failure with like maybe 1 to 2 reps in reserve,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay.
Other than that, basically everything is near or to failure.
Dude, okay, cool.
And that's that.
Yeah, okay.
Always kept it that way. Why? I say always. In reality, I've only been doing that for the past 2 years.
Okay.
It's helped me a lot in doing that.
So I think like on set here, we have like we've got 3 different type of body types with all 3 of us in it. Yeah. So obviously we all probably have a bit different goals. So if starting with me, I want to know myself. If I just want to cut, because I'm trying to cut and everything at the moment. What's my like? What do you recommend with me personally?
Well,
You're big, looking at me.
You're a big guy.
Yeah.
Like you're big, you're tall, so you had to eat more.
Okay.
Eat
more.
You had to eat more than than the normal person.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Not you
yeah,
have to eat
yeah,
more.
yeah,
you
yeah.
eat. But it's like some people. So I had one of my clients, who's a good friend of mine, Luca. He's 6'3", 100 and started about 160 kilograms.
Yeah.
Big guy.
That's big. I'm not
That's
gonna
big.
lie.
Yeah. And when I trained him, first thing I said to him is, okay, you're gonna eat 2.8k calories. He's like, oh, that's a bit much, isn't it? And I was like, you are 6'3". And 160 kilograms. I don't even know how much. I don't even know how much that is in pounds, but it's way above 300.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
That's a lot, G.
Flipping hell. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you're that. You have to eat according to that because your body is working so much. Do you understand? To hold, with the calories that you have to burn, your body's working overtime.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because for you to have gotten to that stage where you're so big in terms of your weight, you would have to eat a lot.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So now you have to kind of eat a bit. You're going to have to eat less, but it's still a lot compared to a normal person.
Yeah.
So someone like you had to eat at the higher end to kind of cut down because, okay, I can put you in the calorie deficit where you eat 1,800 calories. You feel like shit, you'll look shit, and you'll be shit.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
So you really want to slow it down. A lot of people don't tell about this is how body recoupling goes. You see how I can cut my weight but still have my size. I'm slow with it.
Okay.
It takes time.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't need to rush into it. So that's what I say for someone like you. For you, for example, I'll say, okay, you're a bit smaller than him, so I would say I put you maybe around 400 less than him, or 400 to 500 calories less than him in general. And for you, you're pretty lean. Like you mean you're pretty similar in terms of how our bodies are, not too far from height, so on and so forth. So in that, it's a sense where, okay, you would have to have around near your maintenance, and your maintenance would be around maybe 2.4k calories. You wouldn't think so, but it's around. That's like a rough number in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You understand? So then you have to be like, alright, cool, I'm gonna go for 2.2 to cut down a bit.
Okay.
And kind of work from there. Whereas he's having 2.9 to cut down, and you're probably gonna have 2.5.
Okay.
So everyone's different.
Cool.
You can start from 3,000. You can start from 2.5. You can start from 2.3. All of it works. I'm not really a big fan of calorie counting like that.
Okay.
But I always hate to people, if you really want to learn where to start, count your calories initially, then you don't need to worry about it because you kind of know what you're eating because it's all about the food that you eat rather than the number. A lot of people get confused about the number. They're like, if it fits in my macros, that's the best thing. But in reality, that's not going to help you feel good. It's not going to make you look as good as you think it is. And protein works in different ways where it's bioavailable. So if I have food, let's say I have chickpeas,